In this week's film, we look more closely at what it takes to get a night licence. We reveal details of an industry-wide collaboration between the National Gamekeepers Organisation, members of the British Pest Control Association, 360 Wildlife Control, and other big names in the field of night shooting. Josh and I look at some new ground, and I'm again slating the Tikka T3. Shooting deer at night is illegal under the Deer Act 1991. However, in exceptional circumstances in England and Wales, a licence may be granted by Natural England or Natural Resources Wales. In Scotland, obtaining a licence to shoot deer at night is a regulated process aimed at ensuring public safety and deer welfare. The Deer Scotland Act 1996 prohibits night shooting without prior written authorisation from Nature Scot. In Scotland, to apply for a night shooting authorisation, you must first be recognised as fit and competent. Now, this requires holding a valid firearms certificate and either achieving a proficient deer stalking certificate level 2, PDS2 or DSC2. Alternatively, applicants who have completed a proficient deer stalking certificate level 1, PDS1 or DSC1 can qualify if they provide one reference. In both instances, licenses are only issued when there is no other solution to the problem and no reasonable alternatives exist, and will only be granted if deer are causing serious damage to crops or property, posing a risk to public health or safety, or contributing to the deterioration of natural heritage. But before applying, you should assess the impact that the deer are having on the ground. Leading experts in this field are Wild Track Pro. So having just taken on this new ground in Wiltshire, I've invited along Ollie Smith and his colleague Phil to take a look and give me their thoughts. So Ollie, great to see you. Thanks for coming all the way down to Wiltshire. Our viewers are going to be interested in some of the key indicators of deer impact.
The different species of ground-dwelling animals that can cause these impacts. We're primarily concerned with herbivores, and the reason that we're primarily concerned with herbivores is they eat plants and they therefore are going to degrade the ecosystem by the act of eating. But if you look at pure damage to trees, then your obligate browsers like the roe deer are going to do a significant amount of damage to new plantations and natural regen, and your grazers and browsers, being the herd deer, are going to do significant damage to tree plantations, crops and ground flora such as bramble or any of the other ground flora species in the UK woodlands.
So what exact process do we need to go through in order to carry out an accurate impact assessment?
Fundamentally, this is a field-based study which can be either qualitative or quantitative. Qualitative being descriptive, quantitative being numbers-based. It's carried out on an area of ground which you want to measure or an ecosystem as a whole. Although, as any ecologist will tell you, defining an ecosystem is an extremely difficult job.
We look forward to working more closely with Ollie and Wild Track Pro in the future. For now, in the absence of a night shooting licence, we're left to do what we can on this ground during daylight hours. You see that stand of trees over there? They're often there or in those roads around those fields there. I always enjoy exploring a new ground because you never know quite what you're going to get. The pain though is that we've just picked this up at the beginning of the closed season for females. It's the 1st of April, which means that females are now out of season. So easy as this one would be, we must let this roe doe go on her way.
In typical fashion, it's now the 1st of April. So that one is out of season.
Right. But it doesn't seem to be the roe on this ground that are causing the damage. It's the high numbers of fallow.
Nah, not a chance. Not a chance.
It's quite hard ground, this one, John, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, typically when we got to that border, I had to check the phone because it's such a large area.
Yeah.
And you know, it's hard to learn the borders when you've got so much ground.
Yeah.
So that'll take time, but it'll come with it.
I mean, I was over here last week, and what I realised about this ground is the fact that they're either there or they're not. It's a very fallow, dense area.
Opportunistic
and with fallow,
as well.
They come in these massive herds of sort of. We saw a herd of 50 the other day, and they are there in real densities, and then the next day they're gone.
Yeah, they just cross boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. So it can make it enormously labour intensive, can't it? Because you can, as a stalker, you can walk this ground or sit in a high seat for day after day and see nothing, and then suddenly you've got a herd of 30 in front of you.
Yeah.
And then when that does happen, you've got to take, you know, as many as you can out of that herd as quickly as you can.
As quickly as possible. Yeah.
It's not the place for a single shot rifle, is it?
No. That's why we brought mine.
Yeah. And what are you shooting today, John?
Oh, it's just the Tikka T3. It's the trusty steed.
Yeah. Bit old hat, that, isn't it?
Maybe, but I like to think that when you choose a rifle, as long as you practice with it and get the experience with it, you can be as good as anyone else.
Do you know, I'm acutely aware that I've probably insulted half our viewers
You have.
by slating the Tikka T3.
I'm on your side, team.
I'm not slating the Tikka T3 so much as pointing out the fact that this used to be a budget affordable rifle.
Yeah.
And now they bumped the price up to about 1,500 quid, and you've got things like the Mauser 18, you've got the Mauser 25, you've got these brilliant options, which I think give more value for money than the Tikka T3 does now. But half of the appeal of the Tikka T3 was the fact that it was a good quality rifle at a fair price.
Yeah. I got mine when I was 21 years old. I'm 30 now, obviously, and I think if I was doing that and being a beginner now, I'd probably get a Mauser.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You just get slightly better accuracy, but...
Yeah, and interestingly, one of the things about the Tikka T3, one of the things that perhaps let it down a little bit, was the stock was very plasticky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what have you done to your Tikka T3?
Well, I stuck a GRS Bifrost on it.
Let's have a look.
Bifrost.
Let's have a look. So this is all unloaded.
This is unloaded.
People, we've
check the belt
checked.
for you.
I mean, it turns. Oh, you're left-handed.
I'm a lefty. I'm a double sinner.
It turns a double sinner. It turns an otherwise functional rifle into a very aesthetically pleasing rifle and a very functional rifle, because I mean that stock it's superb, isn't it? You've got the cheek piece there, haven't you?
You've got the cheek piece.
You've got this wonderful ergonomically designed pistol grip and canted. I love it. I think that's really nice. And how much did that stock?
I think when I got that it was about $455.
Yeah.
I don't know what it costs now, probably similar.
Yeah.
They've got different models as well. This is kind of in between target and stalking, but I wanted it because I've got extraordinarily long arms.
And when you first picked up this Tikka,
yeah,
I bet you paid about 800 quid for it, probably, didn't you?
In honesty, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I actually can't remember.
They used to be about 800, 100 grand, that sort of money.
It was certainly not 1,500 quid.
No, and well, that's it. And then, so when you add a £400 or £500 stock to it and a couple of accessories, you've still got a very affordable rifle.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that would look great. I mean, if you offered me that at 1,500 quid, and now you're talking.
I agree. Yeah.
I like what you've done there. And you've got the scope you put on there is...
that came with it, and I've never changed it. It's always actually served me really well.
Oh, how funny.
I don't think they make this one anymore. It's just a Miopta.
Yeah.
So
and does the job perfectly well, as you say.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate using these left-handed rifles. True pro though, I can shoot left-handed and right-handed.
Yeah, all right.
Oh yeah.
We'll put that to the test.
Yeah, that's right. It's a nice setup, isn't it? Yeah, I think people are going to probably think that I've got something against the Tikka T3. I haven't.
That's why I'm here to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, I really haven't got anything. It's just, I know what's happened with the Tikka. Everyone's recommended it for years and years. They've said, go with the Tikka T3. We did for years and years. We just said to a
primarily
client,
why I
what
went
do you
for
want? You haven't got a massive budget, go with the Tikka T3.
Yeah.
And I can see what Tikka are thinking. They're just thinking to themselves, well, we've cornered the market. We just keep pushing the price up till we get to a tipping point. And I'm afraid that's got to the point where it's just annoyed me. It's too expensive for what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I bought it for those exact reasons.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
9 years ago. So
and now
I couldn't agree more.
You look at
really.
you look at that Mauser 18. It's a better rifle for less money, and you compare it with something like that Mauser 25. Well, that's just the point. You can't compare it. The 25 is like is a country mile better than the Tikka T3, and it's only another 138 quid. And so the Tikka T3, it's a great rifle, it's a stalwart. It's been around for years and years, and that's why I think Tikka have had the confidence to keep pushing the price up. And it's got to a point now where it just doesn't represent good value for money anymore. With the UK's burgeoning deer problem, more night licenses are being issued than ever before. In addition to that, each night hundreds of individuals venture out into the towns, cities and countryside to shoot at night. Not just deer, but also fox and vermin. Some do so on a professional basis as professional pest control operatives, and others do so on a recreational basis. Now, until now, there's been no one consolidated course which provides training to all of these individuals. In fact, alarmingly, considering the potential repercussions, for most of those who shoot at night, there's been no course at all. Recognising the need for easily accessible, consolidated training in the field of night shooting, the NGO have spearheaded a night shooting course that provides online certificated training to all professional and recreational pest control operatives around the UK. This follows an industry-wide collaboration with leading industry experts in both pest control and deer management. The course is aimed at all of those that shoot at night and is now available by the Shooting and Hunting Academy. The LANTRA accredited night shooting course delivers certificated training to professional and recreational pest control operatives, fox shooters, deer managers, and all those involved in the control of vermin, fox, and deer at night. The course represents an industry-wide collaboration between the National Gamekeepers Organisation, members of the British Pest Control Association, 360 Wildlife Control, wildlife management experts, WildTrack Pro, thermal drone technology specialists, BH Wildlife Consultancy, deer management training providers, Yellen PWS, and County Deer Stalking, who have joined forces with night vision and thermal imaging equipment specialists, including industry leaders HIC Micro, DNT Optics, Tom's Targets, and Swarovski Optic, to create a consolidated night shooting course that delivers the most advanced training in the use of thermal and night vision equipment, providing crucial guidance on the law surrounding night shooting and best practice training in the necessary skills and knowledge to implement safe, effective and humane control measures in both urban and rural environments. Along with recognised third-party accreditation from LANTRA, this online assessed LANTRA award provides the very latest and most up-to-date certificated training to all those that shoot at night.
I'm Tim Weston from the National Gamekeepers Organisation. Welcome to the Night Shooting Safety Course.
You can find out more about the night shooting course by visiting the Shooting and Hunting Academy. Thanks for watching.